More than a month after the failure of a century-old dam in Blue Earth County, officials are deciding how to proceed from here. The dam needs to be fixed or removed, and a bridge just upstream is damaged beyond repair.
Huge project, but tonight, two former dam workers tell 5 Investigates the county didn't do enough to prevent the failure. They spoke only to investigative reporter Ryan Raish, who then went to the county for answers.
The history in Ron Jordan's hands,
here we go,
dates back decades.
And this is some of the equipment, different portions of the gate barrel.
His own personal photo album,
that's me down there,
covers the 14 years he worked as the operator of the Rapidan Dam.
These are wicket gates. They control the flow of water.
This was the 80s and 90s. The dam was still fully operational, generating electricity. Jordan did it all, from repair, maintenance, to the critical job of clearing dead trees and debris that would clog the gates.
We just started one gate to the next, clearing debris, breaking it and shoving it through. Every year I had to deal with that debris removal.
His son, Jeremy, worked as a general laborer at the dam for 9 years.
How often were you monitoring the gates for debris?
Every day. Yep, you're always looking at it.
It's why this father and son now have serious doubts. Doubts about whether Blue Earth County, the owner of the dam, was doing its job clearing debris before it failed.
Was the failure that happened here avoidable?
Yes, in my opinion, definitely avoidable.
It was all completely avoidable. They did no debris mitigation. They did not lift a finger to get rid of these trees piling up in front of the gates.
The county says it first noticed a problem Sunday, June 23rd, one day before the dam breached. According to this paperwork filed with federal regulators, they called a contractor, but he said his machine was 5 or more hours away and believed flows were too high to safely do the work.
But at that point of contact, it was too late. Why weren't they calling prior?
Pictures shared with 5 Investigates show debris stacking up even before Sunday. Look at this picture taken the Friday before. You can see a mass of debris caught on the buoys just upstream at the bridge. And look right here, some of it is already at the gates. And then this photo that Jordan obtained from a person in the community who says it was taken more than 2 weeks earlier, again showing debris starting to stack up just upstream of the dam.
They need to be out there that previous Monday, removing debris from the gates.
Before it gets too big.
That's right, before you get too much. I dealt with more than what they had out there right now in the past and got rid of it.
We brought our questions to Blue Earth County Administrator Bob Meyer.
I've seen some pictures of the dam, including one showing debris stacking up at the gates on Friday, June 21st. Were you aware of the debris on that Friday?
Not on Friday. We did have staff that were there over the weekend.
Are you monitoring it around the clock?
We don't have on-site personnel there all the time. We do monitor it. We do have a contractor hired to be on site and checking things out occasionally to identify any potential risks or repair needs.
How often is that person out there monitoring the dam?
I don't know exactly.
A county spokesperson told us after the interview that they monitor the dam daily. And if there was any debris on Friday, it, quote, was very limited and certainly not alarming, adding, we were more focused on monitoring the debris conglomerate caught up on the bridge pier.
I talked to 2 former workers of the dam, and they think this failure was avoidable if the county would have kept up with clearing debris. How do you respond to that?
Well, we were monitoring the debris. We did have staff that were there over the weekend, like I say. They did recognize that there was some debris, although I'm told that the gates were fully open, and so there was a lot of water going through those gates as late as Sunday evening.
In hindsight, do you think more could have been done to prevent it?
You know, we probably spent a lot of time thinking about that, and yes, maybe, but we also could have had a worse outcome.
Worse because the raging river made it dangerous for workers, and Jordan agrees. But he's surprised the county didn't have heavy equipment on site, waiting, like this backhoe he showed us in old pictures.
It should have been on site, not just standby, on site. I have, in the past, rented, when I ran it, I rented a backhoe. I'd have it sitting there for a day or 2 days. I knew I was going to need it.
The county admits the dam has been a thorn in its side for years. Before this breach, leaders toyed with whether to fix the deteriorating dam or remove it, costing taxpayers anywhere from $15 to $82 million. Now they may not have a choice. The county says more signs are pointing to at least the bridge needing to be replaced. But here's what Governor Tim Walz said about who'll pay the bill.
The cost will be shared by all of us, so the burden will not fall on these county commissioners.
These former workers now questioning if that was the plan all along.
They couldn't secure the funding to remove the dam over the last few years. They had a lot of pushback.
You think they saw an opportunity for Mother Nature to take care of their problem?
Yes.
Was that ever a thought?
It really wasn't. You know, there's so many impacts from that kind of, excuse me, strategy, if you will. So no, I mean, we took our responsibility seriously in terms of maintaining the dam.
Now, the backdrop to all of this is the weather. There is no question the Mankato area received a record amount of rain leading up to that breach. And when that happens, it sweeps up all the dead trees along the river, sending them right down to the dam. But as you heard the former employees say, that happens every single year.
So let's get back to that backhoe he mentioned. Why didn't the county explain why they didn't have one on site at this time?
So the county does have this sort of heavy machinery available. Officials said that a month earlier, a backhoe and a worker were pulled into the river while working elsewhere in the county. The worker was able to get out safely. And then just this week, we found out the county approved the purchase of a new excavator to replace the one that went into the river.
There was an awful lot of water flowing.
Absolutely, there was.
Mess. Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Ryan, thank you.